Hi everyone, we continue our series of reading the Bible with Genesis 6. We start with, the wickedness of man, verse 1. And it came to pass when men began to multiply, on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, and that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. And in verse 2 we start with the strange stuff. So, the sons of God saw the daughters of men. Sons of God and daughters of men. What's happening here? It seems like that there are really other people, different from Adam and Eve and their children, in this world, in this earth. In the previous chapters, Cain married someone after he was banished from their tribe and settlement, whatever. How is this possible? Who created the other guys, the other women and their families? It says it clearly there that the sons of God saw the daughters of men. So Adam and Eve were not the only ones, and their children are not. Or is that some kind of stupid metaphor for the girls and the women that are coming from Adam and Eve and their lineage and whatever? Why would you say that? Why would you do that? It's clear that they had to have some kind of incest in order to populate the earth, but also it seems that there are other people. Maybe God created them and they're not talked about here because of reasons or whatever. It's just so irrational. You cannot say that Adam and Eve were the first human beings and everything comes from them when you have the daughters of men, which are not descendants of Adam and Eve. They're just created, or what? What's the logic? Really, I don't get it. And the Lord said, My spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh. Yet his days shall be 120 years. 120 years. In the previous chapters, people lived up to 900 years. And now we cut it to a reasonable amount of years. Why? Because we need an explanation. Why? When someone starts to read the text, he says, why doesn't man live 1,000 years? Well, that's why, because Lord said you can live only 120 years. So fuck you, go. And because of no reason, he's flesh. Well, how about the one before him? They weren't flesh? And why 777 years is so more special than 100 years? Why didn't they live tens of thousands of years? No explanation. Just we do it to be some. This is something realistic. Yeah, it's realistic. Somebody may have lived to that age back then. But see, it's so in your face. It's like it's mocking you. The first people were special and they lived so long, and now you can live only up to 120 years because of reasons. Your flesh, whatever that means in that context. Verse 4. There were giants in the earth those days. Right, there are also giants. The next funny thing here. And also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men which were of old, men of renown. What the hell? Really? Oh, I'm really frustrated by that, and it's so stupid. There were giants in the earth in those days, and we have yet to find any giant living. And there are people, again, this is annoying, but today there are people who think that they're giants and there is a conspiracy and whatever. They're hidden, and there are these stupid photos in the internet which are photoshopped and whatever. How can you be so simple-minded? Verse 5. And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. How did this happen? You created man to be in your own image, and they failed. Is God inherently evil? Isn't the consciousness and the brain and everything of men work similar to that of God? How did they become corrupted? What being wicked means? Actually, here, what's the meaning of it? What do they do? Verse 6. And it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. God has a heart, right? 7. And the Lord said, I will destroy man. Okay, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping thing, and the fowls of the air, for it repented me, and I have made them, that I have made them. Okay, so they're evil, and the only solution is just to destroy them all, kill them all, and don't try to fix it, don't try to send them some ideas and some commandments and whatever to try to fix them in a way. You just kill them, yeah, wipe it, refresh, restart, reset, whatever. And also let's kill every other living thing on the planet in the same time, which amounts to orders of magnitude more dying and suffering and deaths at all than the humans, because we have so many animals, so many animal life. And also, yeah, the fish are fine. Fish are fine. Don't kill the fish. Don't kill the water mammals. Yeah, the fowls of the air and the creeping thing, the beast, and man. That's it. Nothing about the seas. Nothing about algae and viruses and bacteria. Yeah, because you didn't know about viruses and bacteria and so on. But you knew about fish. What's with the fish? Why don't you kill the fish? Also, it's their fault. Yeah. Noah's favor with God. Verse 8. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. Fine. Verse 9. These are the generation of Noah. Noah was just a man and perfect in his generations. And Noah walked with God. And Noah begat 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japhet, yeah. So Noah was just a man, he's just a man. But he's perfect in his generations. Which means that he's the direct descendant of Adam and Eve. And if he's who are the not direct descendants, and maybe some of the guys who gave their daughters to the sons of God, yeah, logic, continuity, no. People read that, and when they doubt, I'm sure that lots of believers doubted that and read that and said, there's something wrong here, but they just said, well, it's the word of God and it's metaphorical, and okay, let's skip it. But we live by the Bible every day. Yeah, we live by the Bible. And again, he walked with God. Like, what does this mean? He was righteous in a way. Verse 11. The earth also was corrupt before God, and the earth was filled with violence. The earth is not filled with violence. The earth is from stones and water and vegetation. What's the violence is caused by the humans. There is no violence in the animal world. It's not violence when animal kills for food. It's just their nature. You can have violence only in a society of thinking, self-thinking, conscious beings. Verse 12. And God looked up upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt. Well, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. Yeah, all flesh. But the trees have not, and the vegetation has not. But we'll kill them also, because why not? Noah builds the ark. Verse 13. Genesis 6, verse 13. And God said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them. And behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Again, it's the only thing you can do. And just, you're all powerful, you cannot try to fix them, you'll just destroy them because, yay, it's fun. Verse 14. Make thee an ark of gopher wood. Rooms shalt thou make in the ark, and shalt pitch it within and without with pitch. Yeah, build an ark. That's the ark story, everybody knows it. And this is the fashion which you shalt make it of. The length of the ark shall be 300 cubits, the breadth of it 50 cubits, and the height of it 30 cubits. So I'll not start to explain how the mechanics and shipbuilding and whatever. I'm not a specialist, I'm not an expert. I don't know how exactly cubit is long in centimeters, but yeah, whatever. Let's say he is able to build a huge ship, whatever. I grant him that, made of wood. apparently larger than any ship built in human history, every warship or whatever, which are the pinnacle of ship making with wood. But yeah, like those ships of the line of French and English navies with hundreds of guns, and I think that they'll be a little bit small for what's to come here. But yeah, let's grant him that he built a huge ass ship. Verse 16: a window shalt thou make to the ark, and in a cubit shalt thou finish it above. A window. You have a whole ark filled with animals and some people, and you get a single window. A single window. People will and animals will die there from lack of oxygen. So again, a window shalt thou make to the ark, and in cubit shalt thou finish it above. And the door of the ark shalt thou set in the side thereof, with lower, second, and third stories. That shalt thou make it. It has stories, it has decks. Fascinating. You know how to build ships, right? God, thanks. Why didn't he tell him how to build a fucking plane and fly above the waters, or whatever? Yeah. Verse 17. And behold, I, even I, do bring a flood of waters upon the earth to destroy all flesh, wherein is the breath of life from under heaven, and everything that is in the earth shall die, but not in the waters again. Fish are just fine, and other animals who live in the water. But with thee, not only animals and plants, but with thee will I establish my covenant. And thou shalt come into the ark, thou and thy sons, and thy wife, and thy sons' wives, with thee. Okay. So we get Noah's family in the ark and save them, because they have done nothing, especially they're not righteous, they don't walk with God, but their father walks with God. So they get a free pass, and that's fair. Yeah. All the other people in the planets are evil in a way, even the newborns. Even the newborns and the babies and the children are evil, so we will destroy them. But yeah, we will save the asshole sons of Noah and their wives, who may also be evil. But no, their father walks with God, so it's fine. Verse 19. And of every living thing of all flesh, 2 of every sort shalt thou bring into the ark, to keep them alive with thee. Alive, I say alive. They shall be male and female. Yes, we will save 2 of each animal species. Yeah, right. That will work out. Right. Again, I will not comment on the absurdity of that, but just try to follow the text. Of fowls after their kind, and of cattle after their kind. Again, cattle. Cattle is everywhere in the Bible. Yeah. Of every creeping thing of the earth after his kind, 2 of every sort shall come unto thee, to keep them alive. Fine. Verse 21. And take thou unto thee of all food that is eaten, and thou shalt gather it to thee, and it shall be for food for thee and for them. All the food that is eaten. Yeah, you can do that if you consider that Eden is really small place, and not Eden, the regions around Eden and whatever. You may do that in a way. There's restricted number of plant species that are eaten, but you cannot collect food from all around the world, and you cannot collect so much food that you can sustain that ark. Here it said that food for thee and for them. So they were alive and eating food while they were on the ark. And what did the carnivores eat? The lions. What did the lions eat? And the wolves and every animal that kills animals to eat them. And the birds who eat small bugs and flies. And what did they eat? And this is after the fall of Eden, where everyone was vegetarian, apparently. Yeah, so you had to take more than 2 of every kind, so you can feed some of the kinds of the species, right? And thus did Noah, according to all that God commanded him. So did he. How could he not do it? God will banish him, he will smite him. Yeah, Noah will be drowning. Of course, he will listen to God. He's fearful. Yeah, everything is here. Noah builds the ark. Verse 13 to verse 13 to 22. Everyone should read that and try to believe the story of the ark. And that's just the beginning. We'll see what happens to the ark in the next video. And thank you for watching. And have a nice day.